Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Second Act Kat RN, and my name is Kat, if I haven't met you yet, and I am a 64-year-old registered nurse, and I am in the process of transitioning from having been a nurse for a long time to beginning my second act or my next career or just a what am I going to do next kind of situation. And my channel is primarily talking about how to transition to that second act in life, whether you're 40, 50, 60 or older. And I want to, I guess, get ideas and share ideas with how you're going about looking for your second act or your second chapter in life. Or maybe it's a third chapter or fourth. You know, I've done so many things in my life, occupation-wise, my most recent as a nurse for many years. So I'm counting that as my primary career that I've had. The others were small little jobs here and there. So from this nursing career, transitioning to another career, whether it's in nursing or not in nursing, you know, whether it's part-time, full-time, or PRN, I don't know yet. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out what I want to do. I've been self-employed as a nurse, and I love that. So I feel like that's the direction I'm going to go. That's kind of the trajectory I'm on. So one of the things about getting older and changing careers is you lose friends. You tend to, you have work friends, and when you leave that occupation or that job, you kind of leave your friends as well. You know, people, when you're out of sight, you're out of mind, it seems like. And maybe they were your friends because you had so much in common. You know, I was friends with a ton of nurses because we worked together, we relied on each other. But then when I was let go, I lost all contact with the majority of the nurses I was friends with the exception of a very few. So my question for this video is, how do you go about making new friends at an older age? How do you find new friends? Do you go to bars? Do you go to parties? What do you do at this age? That's what's hard for me, because I don't know what you do at this age. I've never been this age until now. So I don't know the ways that people make new friends as an older adult. So one of the things people have mentioned to me is to start going or join the Senior Citizens Center that's in my local town. I gotta say, I'm not quite ready to do that yet. I don't know if it's just a mental thing, a mind thing, but it's almost like I'm not old. I don't need to be there with them. I'm not their age, and I am. That's the funny thing, is I am their age. We are their age at this age. So I may explore that option at some point. I don't know that I will today or in the very near future, but it is an option. It is something out there. But another thing, that I have some friends that go dancing, country line dancing, and they are around my age, maybe older, maybe a little younger. And that's how they make friends. They hang out with a few friends that they already have, and then they make more friends. I have some friends that do karaoke, and I tend to get allergies a lot, and there's no way I could do karaoke because I can hardly talk at times because of allergies. Today is one of those days. So I don't really know how to make new friends at this age, but I know that it's important. I know that we have to have friends that we rely on for security reasons, you know, for I guess, local news or catching up on the latest, you know, current events. If we don't want to listen to news or TV, we have friends that we can engage with and find out what's going on around us. So one of the things I was thinking about was Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where he lists some different categories, some different needs that we have. And one of the needs is the love and need for belonging. So we need love, we need belonging, and that in turn helps us with our social connection. We have friendships with people and family and I guess, extended family members. So we have a sense for intimacy and community. So those are, according to Maslow, those are needs that everybody has. And so to meet those needs, we have to figure out how we're going to meet new people, new friends at this age. And another category of needs is esteem. So the need for self-esteem. We have a desire for respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, and freedom. And so having friends in our life helps us with our self-esteem. You know, I have maybe four very close friends, female friends that I have, that we communicate, we talk about the things that are going on in our life. We kind of try to solve all the problems in the world during phone conversations. So I am grateful for my friends, but I have one that had moved away, and so we try to see each other once a month when she comes back to town. So I don't know at this point how I would go about making new friends, and I'd like to hear what everybody has to say. I'd like to hear what you all do to meet new people. Where do you go, or do you have get-togethers? Do you belong to like singles groups or singles clubs? You know, I'm hesitant to join them mainly because I live in a small town and I would have to go to the nearest big town, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away. And I really don't want to be driving at night and driving back at night that long of a distance. So I'm kind of perplexed on how I'll meet new friends. However, I did attend a Thanksgiving family get-together last night, and I met this wonderful woman who is a grandmother to my daughter's boyfriend, and we hit it off just like that. So we exchanged names and numbers, and I feel like we have the potential to have a friendship blossom from this. So that's just one way that you can meet somebody, and that's how I did it. I don't go to bars. I don't get together usually because I'm a homebody person. I prefer my quiet solitude at home. I tend to be an introvert of sorts. I can hold my own in a crowd, and I can carry on a conversation with people that I don't know. I'm very comfortable with it, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not do that. I'd rather be home with my dog, my two cats, and myself. I'm very comfortable being alone. I do have, I feel like I sometimes am socially isolated, but I'm not lonely. I'm not lonesome. I feel like, you know, I do get to where I crave interaction with people, but just for a very short amount of time. My energy reserve runs out in a very short amount of time when I'm out and about with people. And when I get home, it's almost like I can't wait to get home because I need to decompress. And so friendships are important to me, but I can take them for a very short amount of time and then come home, and then I'll be okay. So I don't know if you all are like that. I don't know if you're extroverts or introverts, but I'd like to know how you find friends. What ways do you have that you feel like you can meet new people to maybe start new friendships at an older age? It seems a little difficult, even if you did make friends with someone at an older age. You have so much, you're so set in your ways. I know I am. And it's hard when you make a new friend. It's kind of like new territory. You kind of don't know what to expect, but you have your life over here and your ways that you do things. So having a new friend, it almost kind of disrupts the apple cart, so to speak, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like, oh, what do I have to do? I have to impress somebody. I have to turn them down if they want to do something because I have other obligations. So that's where I find a little bit of difficulty on my part, is having to change myself or adapt. I guess that's the right thing to say, is adapting to change in my life by having a new friend. So I do value friends. Like I said, I have 3 or 4 very close ones, but sometimes I do want to make new friends because I feel like I want to increase that social circle somewhat. One of the things that happens as we get older is our friends start to die off because they're at that age where we're at that age where health conditions, medical issues start creeping up. And that can happen at an early age as well, but it's more prominent at an older age. So it seems like, time is limited. You got to make friends now if you want to have any kind of connection going forward, because really we're at the mid to late point of our lives where, we don't know how long we're going to be here. So having friends is very important for our self-esteem, for our just being able to get through life. It's hard to get through life being lonely and lonesome, not having anybody to connect with. So how do you guys make friends? What ways or what activities do you look for to where you think you might be able to meet somebody? Do you have a senior center in your area that you go to and participate in? So I'd be very happy to hear what you think and what your method is, or, just do you have many friends? Do you feel like you don't need friends? So please drop a comment below, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.